Yeah, no, and what was interesting was like even with locums in general, I know you guys do locums as well. Like physical locums. When I left my practice in 2021, I needed a job, So
Right.
it's like, and so I was like, I started doing locums, and I actually was surprised at how much I did enjoy them and how I actually would encourage a younger doctor coming out, especially if he or she is like single or doesn't have any ties, to do locums to kind of figure out stuff, and you can make good money. You just have to balance your checkbook, balance your your invoices properly, and have a good
Hmm.
accountant and all that stuff. But outside of that, it provides a lot of flexibility. You can decide when you want to work. But overall, like and that's how the telehealth thing kind of started to come in too.
Because
Is
now you have a family. And so
yeah,
was it
yeah.
as
So I
easy
couldn't
for
do I
you to
couldn't maintain
pivot and
that long
go?
term. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't
Yeah.
maintain locums long term. I was doing it a week at a time, and then for a few months, and then kind of dwindled it off a little bit. But
Right.
telehealth provides the opportunity, that I can literally drop off the kids at the school, do whatever I need to do, take a break, maybe have a meeting, and then finish off the rounds, and then go pick up the kids from school. Do you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, or do whatever, during that day, even travel. Like I've done telehealth in my sister's house 3 hours from here. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
And so like provide like we were going, I think we went there for, was it Thanksgiving or some holiday or whatever, and we were out there, and I was like, yo, I gotta do telehealth. Can I use your office? And
Yeah.
I spent a few hours in there, and then the kids got to play with my niece and nephews, right? So it was actually pretty cool. So it provides that flexibility that I don't think many people understand. I think the hardest hurdle is getting into it, right? What I've realized is, again, getting over your own inertia and thought
Hmm.
processes. The idea of owning your practice, I think it's a good idea. I think it is. But at the same time, like, do you really want to put in that much time to that one thing and be stuck at that one practice forever? People talk about physician burnout. I don't call it burnout. I consider it bore out. I was bored.
Tell me a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah. So
about
let
that.
me. Yeah, so I don't consider. I think people overemphasize the whole concept of physician burnout. I think for me especially, I wasn't physician burnout. It was just bore out. I was bored doing the same stuff over and over again. It becomes rote. And what I've even realized is, sometimes it's not like you're done with medicine. I think sometimes you just need a new environment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And a new way of doing things. So I think a lot of people may be leaving it, and nurses especially, but some docs may want to leave and stuff like that. But in actuality, I think they're just sick of seeing the same people for the last 10, 15 years, since the same system, and maybe going to a new hospital, maybe doing telehealth, maybe traveling, maybe something else can actually, change up your mindset and change the way you feel about things. So, I think the burnout is not is burnout, and sometimes it's just like a midlife crisis, right? You need something new, So I think like we're overemphasizing it to some degree. Don't get me wrong, it's there, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like, what's the alleviation? Alleviation's not, alleviation may be just changing the environment and maybe doing telehealth for a little bit. And the other thing I found, this is going to be a side thing, but I find that doing medicine part time is actually a lot more enjoyable than doing it full time. So telehealth may open those opportunities to where you can do side things that you never thought you could do, right? And so that's another opportunity there too, from the clinician standpoint. So